Welcome to Silicon Valley Asian Business Talk.
So my name is Melvin, and I run a startup that focuses on helping founders to operate their companies. So essentially, we serve as an operations manager to take care of all the compliance, their financial operations like accounting and bookkeeping, as well as the people operations like payroll, recruiting. The goal is to essentially simplify the process of running a company for the founder so that they can save time, keep their focus on the really strategic aspect, and leave all the operational work to our platform. So we built a business in Singapore, and we're now in the US. So the company in Singapore is called Starboard, but the product we're going to launch in the US, or we're in the process of launching with some early customers already, is called Stellar.
Discussion topic: How to become an effective global entrepreneur.
What's your advice? Because you've been doing this for so many times, try to straddle your new venture between Singapore and California, US. I'm sure there are a lot of kind of hassles, kind of struggles or excitings, things. So what's your advice to people who want to follow similar path of building, growing new venture business?
I think there are a lot of benefits in building global businesses, and I think people already realize that benefit, right? People are hiring, people are building businesses here in California, but hiring developers in other markets, hiring customer service personnel in other markets. And people are just searching for talent all over the world, right? It's more important to find the right talent than to, well, basically, if you find the right talent, you don't really want to care where they're based.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think most startups that I know are already by default global. I guess, growing up in Singapore, and having the ambition to build, large companies, I had to be global from day one. I couldn't rely on a country or a domestic market of 6 million people.
Right.
So in terms of what would my advice be?
Like mistakes or lessons or challenges people need to know.
A few things. Well, so one thing is, I think I would say just get your personal life and your family life in order, in alignment with that. And by that, I mean, I'm a minimalist, right? I have very little material possessions. I make sure I'm very intentional about, what I buy, what I keep and all. In fact, I actually have a list of all the things that I own, and they're like, I think I've got 109 items on those lists. Every single article of clothing, every single piece of equipment. I have very little material possessions. That means I can just get up and go anytime I want. My family is also kind of born global, right? My wife and I have been married for 14 years. In that 14 years, we've moved 14 times. We lived in 14 homes. And we're able to do that because A, we're minimalist. B, we homeschool our children. And so that means that if an opportunity presents itself here in the US, we can be here. And when there's a need to be back in Asia to work with the team in Asia, we can do that as a family, right? So, I have all my systems working for me to communicate across time zone, across culture. I use video, I use Slack, I have an internal blog to make sure that I am, wherever I am in the world, whatever time zone, I can be effective. So, just personal preparation, family preparation is important. The other thing that's important is, I guess, just having friends, we talked a lot about building business. In fact, we spent the first one whole hour about how to build a business, how founders can get started, what are some of the tips and tricks, or how do we find product market fit? And it's a big subject. But what's the use of all this ambition and, all the work if you're not having fun in life, right? And I think life is only meaningful in relationships. And I found that the reason why if you ask me today, are you happy? I'm very happy. I'm very happy and content. Sometimes the work is really tough, but I'm very happy and content because I'm surrounded by really great people. I'm surrounded by a team that I enjoy working with. And I'm also surrounded by friends who know that I'm doing what I'm doing and who are just great friends to be with. So I'd say, if you want to build a company that is global, then make sure that your life and your friendships are global as well.
Thank you for watching.